meditation for our meditation a day. How the silent meditation works, Teri's going to play you some beautiful music, and we're going to go off screen and meditate together. We invite you to meditate along with us, and after 25 minutes, we'll come back on and share with you what we experienced in our meditation. There's always a lesson there for the collective as well as for us individually. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in 25 minutes. And we're back, although we can't see Teri. There she is.
I know. My video didn't want to stop and it didn't want to start.
There we go. Well, that was fascinating. And I kind of appreciate the fact that we weren't emotionally drugged through the deep, because that's usually, we usually come back up here like sniffling and crying, and today we're not. So thank you for that. So this morning before we started meditating, I was guided to create a Facebook post, and it was do it before the meditation. So I did. And now I know why. The words to it that were given to me in that space of not knowing. Can you rely on yourself, the universe, your guides, your divinity, and think, we've got this? When Teri and I went into meditation, the first thing I saw was that we are each on our own path. And I heard the words soul curriculum. And we were reminded that we all are on our own journeys of growth. We all come into this world needing to learn different things. And then the rest of our life is that it's the rolling out of the experiences and the people and the conversations and the angst to provide the learning for those things to happen. Teri, do you want to talk about the role of other people in our lives?
Absolutely. What I like to liken it to is that we're here in a movie. We're watching this movie play out. We're doing our role, reading our script, and experiencing all of those lessons. But in a movie, you have a supporting cast. So you have other people that are going to come in and out, and they're going to do their part. And sometimes their part is to have you look at those things you're going through and do that self-reflection and say, okay, what am I supposed to take from that? And really work on it until you get that lesson that you're here to learn. We're here to learn many lessons, not just one. Sometimes there's a bigger one and a theme, I think, that kind of runs through that curriculum. Like in college, you would study toward a degree for a certain thing. And it seems like to me that, in life, we all have a common theme that we're working on when we come here. So the people that interact with us, they're our supporting cast, and they're helping us to get the lessons and to understand it more thoroughly. And sometimes those can be harsh lessons. Sometimes it's like you just want that person to go away because that lesson's kind of uncomfortable. But if we can persevere, and as I was talking to Ruth during the meditation, I'm really coming to understand what it means to get to a neutral point. It's what a lot of people refer to as 0 point, where you're neither one way or another about that situation. You don't have bad feelings, you don't have good feelings. It happened. And when you can get to that neutrality, then you know that that lesson was something that you've mastered. You've said, okay, I get it. I don't have to do that anymore. I get that one. And then you can move forward from there and go to the advanced class. You can take advanced algebra instead of just the regular. So it's always a movement forward in life. And when we get really stuck on something, that's when we go into that spin and seeing the world as a place that it's not friendly. And, we have those negative moments that come up, and the self-criticism and doubting ourselves and the insecurities. But if we do just pause, just step back and say, oh, I see what's going on here. I see that person helping me with this lesson plan I've got going on. It's an amazing journey. And when we can really go into it with a positive attitude of, I'm here to get it. I was saying to you, Ruth, sometimes I wish I could just go sit on top of that mountain and just sit there until I get it, until I fully understand what that is. But we have life. We're here to live in this human form, and we have to do whatever there is for us to do while we're here and experience.
Yeah, Teri, we often talk about how if we don't learn a lesson, the universe will give it back to us another way. So we get another opportunity to learn that lesson. And we were seeing that there's kind of two ways about looking at that. One, if you keep getting the same lesson, that's cool. There's still something to learn there. But are you seeing that lesson from a place now of a higher level? So I was shown this spiral, and sometimes someone, it seems like they're just slogging through the same lesson over and over, and they haven't made any growth. And that would be they're just like looping, right? But when you've made some growth in that area, whatever it is, then you start spiraling up. And yeah, it might be the same lesson that you're getting, but you're now viewing it from a higher perspective of learning. And so you're actually working your way up this spiral. So yeah, you might go, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's got yet another abusive boyfriend, right? Why does she keep putting herself in this place? But where is she in the circle, right? Is she just slogging around and around, or is she actually making progress and learning? And then she'll get to that point where she stops bringing in the abusive boyfriends and stands on her own. And then she will have learned that lesson from the universe. That whole soul curriculum, I think, is a fascinating concept. We were reminded, Teri, you said, remember your magnificence. And when you said that, I heard the words, you are a spark of the divine, and don't ever forget that.
And that's what we're doing. It's like a diamond in the rough. It doesn't sparkle and shine as much as one that's been polished. So all of these supporting actors that are helping us with all of this, they're our sandpaper. They're the ones that are smoothing out those rough edges, that are exposing the brilliance, and helping us to see that we are magnificent. We do shine when we can get to that part where we see ourselves in that light, and not as somebody that's, oh my gosh, it's another day, and going into it with dread. When we can open our eyes and say, thank you, God, there's another day. I have another chance to really experience this thing called life and make the most of it and find the beauty that's there. So yeah, it's a moment when we realize why we have those lessons. I think that's the important moment, not just saying, oh, I've got this horrible thing that keeps coming up for me, like you were saying. I've been there, after a relationship ends, and I'm like, God, please don't send me another person like that. Please help me to be wiser in my choices. But, it's that moment of just realizing that everything that happened, we needed all of those experiences. Everything we've been through, it brought us to where we are right now. So it's a time of self-reflecting and saying, how do I feel about this person I am right now? And then looking at those experiences and seeing what they were there for. They were there to help you shine. They really were. And once you can get past the fact that it happened and accept that from a neutral standpoint of saying it happened, not I hate that it happened, or I love that it happened, but it happened. And that's where you start to shine. That's when you start to see yourself.
Teri, when we look at the soul curriculum, some of the points that we heard were to know there's no comparison. There's no judgment. There's no competition. If you look at somebody else and you think, man, I wish I had the knowledge that she had, or that he had. That's not what this is about. This is about you progressing at your own pace on the curriculum that you are being given. And just because you think somebody else is more advanced, let's say, than you are, not in all areas, because you've already mastered something that they're working on. So, really, no comparison, no competition. We were also reminded to hold space for each other, for wherever each other is in the process. We don't know what somebody else's soul curriculum is. We don't get to sit in judgment of, are they learning, are they not learning, are they, progressing, as that's not our place.
Our job is just to love. What a job, right? Yeah, it's just to love, just to support, to care, and to be that sounding board if needed, but do it without criticism or judgment or anything else. Just come from a place of love. Yeah. The more we can hold each other up, the more we walk each other home to our real, true self.
Yeah, that holding space for someone. It's such a gift to give. And Teri, you are masterful at that, just holding that space for someone else. And the last thing they shared with us was a reminder about divine timing, that all of us on our spiritual journeys are impacted by divine timing, whether we want to think we are or not. Teri, do you want to share a little bit about divine timing for you?
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes we want something so bad and we want a situation to change like that. It's like, can it just like go away? But sometimes we need that time for the study. Sometimes we need it to really grasp what's going on. So if we can be just a little patient and know that it's not when I want it, it's when my soul feels that really that grasps it and understands it, and then the miracle opens up. And I used to say, manifestation of whatever it is, whatever you're wanting to bring in, whether it's understanding, love, friendship, whatever, it doesn't happen in a straight line. Sometimes you have to take those curves. You have to make the wrong turn before you can get back on the right road. So it's just being a little patient and knowing that, we don't have control over other people. We don't have control over anything other than what we do in this lifetime, how we respond and we react and we accept. We have a beautiful friend who always teaches us accept, align, allow. When we can accept ourselves and others, align with our divine purpose, and then just allow that experience to be fulfilled, then we're going into divine timing. Everything opens up to where it's all going to be perfect. Everything is working perfectly. And it really is. We just sometimes don't see that perfection because we're so bent on having the outcome the way we want the outcome to be. And when we lose that attachment to the outcome, that's when we go into the real beauty of the lesson and really grasp it.
Right. Thank you, Teri. And sometimes too, with divine timing, we might be ready, but everything else that has to happen in the world around us isn't ready. So you just let go. Just let go. It's okay. Yeah. And I'm being told to read again what was on that thing that I was told to write this morning. In that space of not knowing, can you rely on yourself, the universe, your guides, your divinity, and think, we've got this.
We've got this.
We got this. Yeah. All right, Teri, thank you. Loved learning about Soul's curriculum today. This was awesome.
It was. And thank you so much to all of you who tuned in. And thank you, Ruth. I love you so much. I love these moments together in our Sunday silent meditation. And then in the middle of the week, Ruth and I do meditation excavation. And that's always a great time also. We never know where it's going. We just kind of get in there and dig in. So join us for that on Wednesday mornings.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right, friends, take good care and God bless. We'll see you soon.